Thank you so much.
Okay. Enjoy being with you guys tonight. Thanks for having me on.
Appreciate you, Coach.
You bet, guys.
Oh, Lord, Coach. Are you done?
Yes.
The camera was on.
Silence.
Hey, y'all, this is Ryan Monso, and this is Cats, the Cougar After Thoughts Show. Houston rallies, wins in the red uniforms, 1-0 on the season. 82-75, Chase McCarty, obvious story in this game. What an afternoon. He bailed your ass out. That's one for me. Star Pizza.
Good people.
You should be there now. Better pizza. Get you some Star Pizza. Have it delivered. What you got?
Delivery coming.
Did you go? Okay. Did you do the?
Yep.
The pit room and the Star Pizza collab? Because I am
It's,
fascinated to see what this looks like.
I gotta be honest, man. We talked about having it delivered today. I went ahead and had it delivered last night too.
That's
I gotta test it. The more I read about it, I've got to test it. You'll hear my thoughts when it arrives, but you will not be disappointed. So if you want to right now, I highly recommend going online to starpizza.net or whatever it is.
That's it.
Pick your location, have it delivered, or you can carry your phone with you to go pick it up, whatever you want. But make sure you order that special, delicious pasta dish with the pit room's jalapeno smoked sausage and peppers.
You can question whether this U of H team is playing its best in March, but Towns going back to back on Star Pizza shows that he's playing his best.
Hey man, I've
in
eaten
March.
well. I've eaten well for the last 3 weeks. We're in March. Mofos, I got my Section 12X gear on. I'm ready to punch somebody in the face, and I'm getting carved up. Y'all better watch out.
Time to make it all go to waste. Yes, sir.
Exactly. Piss it all away.
Wait. So, Ryan, I gotta ask you. Is there another word that people who are in journalism can use aside from rallies?
Yeah. Rally has a distinct feel to it. Like a Klan rally. Yeah.
No, not the Klan.
Oh, okay. Because you could use that word. I think there's other ways. I just prefer
back to beat Oklahoma. It's like I feel like I see that a lot when there's a comeback.
Yeah. Chase McCarty just throws his balls right over his own shoulder and carries you into the number 2 seed in the Big 12 tournament. I think that's the headline. Just depending on your editorial standards. He's on scholarship, but he has been coming. And he had a really nice game Wednesday, and 20 points and 4 boards in 22 minutes today. That ain't bad.
I think that we had been pointing out whenever he stepped on the floor how big of an impact that he's had in the minutes that he was allotted. And I think that it was only a matter of time. And it's just like, granted, the kid can shoot the lights out of the basketball. So it's just like, it was a matter of time before the basketball guys rewarded him. And it's just like, I'm proud of him. I'm proud of Mercy. And it's just like, you can just see, you can just see it, Mercy, he was the first sub in. He was the first guard sub in. And he subbed out Emmanuel. And he came in and stepped up, hit a big shot. And it's just like, the kid is built for the moment, man. He's not afraid of anything. So I'm proud of our reserves, and they're helping us win.
There was a moment in the Baylor game, and I don't know if it was on TV, but the defense broke down and left the Baylor guy wide open for a drive. And I think the shot was blocked away. But as soon as the ball went out of bounds, Chase started screaming at guys for their defensive lapse. And I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
redshirt freshman. And he was 100% right. But I thought I saw that and was like, okay, this is a different guy than has just been hanging around for the last year and a half. You know, he's turning into a vocal leader. And this team needs that. And if it's that guy coming off the bench, okay.
I don't care where it comes from.
Yeah.
Ain't no
Brad?
such thing as freshmen. Freshmen are done.
Not in March.
Those kids are growing up now. What's the record? 24-4, is that right?
No, it would be 27-4. 27 or no, 26-5 because they lost the Tennessee game.
That's right. Yeah, you're deep into it, so there are no freshmen. Actually, freshmen ended about midway through the conference season. Freshman year did. Now it's graduate studies in the in year one, especially at this level. I mean, you know, there is no time for youth excuses. They are what they are. You got to go out and play. And I tell you what, this thing's not going to come down to whether E-Man plays well or Kingston or Milos. Your margins are going to come from guys like Mercy. They're going to come from guys like JoJo staying out of foul trouble. Because if JoJo's on the floor, I mean that's like basically saying if JoJo's breathing, he's going to be effective. He's going to do something crazy, crazy good.
Yeah.
But you got McCarty coming in, Mercy. At some point, Harwell is going to be forced into action, and he's going to get minutes, and he's going to have to deliver, and I think he will. But that's where your margins are going to come from. I mean, if you look over the last few years, what?
UConn is losing by 8 at Marquette with 7.5 minutes to play. That is a major game to keep an eye on. UConn is slotted in that 4th number 1 seed in the South.
It's a long time to play, man.
It's a long time to play, but Marquette is positively awful. And if they could steal this game, you've got quite a day coming. They have their court. I have never seen this particular court, but the end zones are pretty badass looking. The 3-block colors. So we'll see. There's a long time to play, but UConn's, that's a big deal for you, especially to get to the South. If the goal is to get to the South, that's a big one.
I think like JoJo, granted, JoJo, he was, I don't want to say in foul trouble, but he kind of was.
No, he was. Yeah.
But it was I feel like I was like good with it, if that makes sense. I feel like he's been in like a unique kind of offensive groove where he's been like, at least today at least, he attacked more off the dribble. He looked more decisive, and it's like, or was I tripping?
No, he was decisive.
He was a lot more decisive.
Yeah.
His second foul of the first half was kind of a bullshit call.
That's what I thought too. So I can live with that one. It's like
I wasn't upset with that. I mean, those are going to happen. And those. The thing is, I don't want to judge him every game by what he did in the past.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
If he's making stupid plays, that's one thing. But this is just a normal play that went against him because those whistles are going to happen.
Yeah.
I was fine with it, but he looks. He looks so much more effective, more aggressive.
Yeah.
Some of the shots are ugly. I sit there and I look at it, it's like some of the shots are ugly, but then I think back is that I remember at least half of J1's shots looked like he just puked it on the rim.
Very distasteful. Just get it on the rim, and we can get it. We can
It
get
definitely
off of
did
there.
not look like ethical basketball.
Yeah, but it's like whenever JoJo had went out and they put Khalifa in, I remember the commentator saying that this tells you how gifted JoJo is as a defensive player, but the commentator has said that Khalifa had to show on the screen and he had to recover, and he didn't recover in time. And the commentator said JoJo would have got there. And I just think that's something like to be cognizant of, because he's a unique defensive breed, regardless of the fouls we may disagree with. But his ability on the defensive side of the ball is second to none.
Still a chance for a 1 seed if Florida and UConn lose today. That sure would be helpful. Of all the outcomes you could have, those two losing and you sneaking out of Stillwater with a win,
Well,
not so bad.
let's also remember today doesn't really mean anything. It's going to come down to the conference tournament. Nobody gives a shit if UConn loses to Marquette if they go and win their tournament by 20 points every game. They'll be right back where they were.
Yeah.
Because the committee's going to say, it's one of those ones, they were looking into this. They'll say they rested somebody, and they would say this exact same thing for us. They're getting ready for the next tournament, and today didn't mean shit.
Disagree with that, but okay. I think this matters a lot. You got to go win on the road, and Marquette just hits another. And, it's 61-49. Starting to get interesting. The UConn, I think Florida's going to be the 4th 1 seed. I've thought that for weeks. They have just been playing such an elite way, but they're at Kentucky today. I have no idea if Kentucky's good or not. I've watched them 8 or 9 times, and I've seen them play 8 different ways. So I don't know, but they could lose that game.
We could have lost this one.
You 100% could have. I think Oklahoma State was called for a foul. I'm not sure. Yep, yeah, they were. Okay. Just checking. Last year you played there, and it was so they've been in the Big 12 for 31 years. Last year, when you played there, they committed their 4th fewest number of fouls in a Big 12 game in 30 years. Today was their 5th fewest fouls in a Big 12 game. And both had a technical in it, so it's not a common foul. I don't know.
I guess that's probably why they aren't good defensively.
Because they don't foul?
I mean, usually if you foul, you might be, but I mean, I think that's what the commentator said at the start of the game. It's like they're good offensively, but they're terrible defensively. So it's like you're probably out of position to where you're already blown by. I can't even make a play on the ball. So, I mean, who knows? Who knows?
That's the spirit. Who knows?
Who knows, man?
I do got to say that even though E-Man was having a really, really shitty day, that 3 that he hit to give us the 4-point lead, that was a money shot.
Senior.
We needed that, and most importantly, he needed that.
Yeah.
Yes.
He needed a big bucket to fall.
I think that like going through what he's going through, and especially like with going through what he's been through in the age of social media and everybody watching the national title game, and being able to get you that and still be yourself, there's nothing that can waver you. I can miss a few shots. I've done that before. I didn't face national criticism and national whatever the case may be. Like there's nothing that can break me. So it's like that kid, he's 100% built for the moment, and it's just like I don't think there's anything that can really get under his skin, because you've kind of been at the pinnacle of like being whatever the case may be, and it's like you weather that. So it's like, yeah, he's built for it.
For sure. Like Brad has decided to go get his star pizza, I guess.
Facts.
McCarty legacy game. Oklahoma State was sinking some absolute prayers from three in
Man,
the first
hey.
30 minutes of this game.
Ryan, I'm talking about howitzers. Them boys chunking it up, leg out. Like, I'm thinking, I'm glad we were able to trim the lead going into the second half, because I was just thinking there's no way that they can maintain this level of shot making difficulty for 40 minutes. No way. They were throwing up some junk, some bull jive.
Yesterday, I was sick. I did not feel good at all. I was running a 101 temperature, just bad. And I'm sitting there trying to edit Jamie's story, his scout of this Oklahoma State team. And I'm seeing this guy, Roy, can make shots from everywhere. Roy is a good three-point shooter. And I'm so delirious, I started thinking it was me.
Me.
I was like, damn, I am good. And
Absolutely not.
I was like, Roy, this mother. But he made like his first four. I think he made 3 out of his first 4 and ended up 4 of 11. That kid Clark hit 4 big ones.
Everyone was every shot was a big shot, because it built it towards their lead. Like that was, they was playing in that first half. They were hooping for sure.
Yeah. And then you just shut it down the last 25 minutes or so, really took control of the game. Kind of like in the Baylor game. Did you get your pizza?
No,
Oh, we thought that's what happened, is you went to go get your
I didn't
food.
order pizza.
Ordered that pasta.
Why'd you
Okay.
think I ordered pizza?
I don't know. Did you go get your star pizza? How's that?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah.
Please have
Oh
pants
yeah,
on.
Towns. Towns, that was great gaslighting.
It is fantastic. I don't know how long supplies are going to last. I don't know how long the special is going to last. I'm telling you, get there right now.
Walking testimony.
The
Get your
most
star
perfect.
pizza, man.
I mean,
What is it about it that you like?
the taste.
Well, but I mean, give me the taste. Give me some.
It's spaghetti with it's got olive oil and garlic and the smoked sausage with the peppers just sends it way over the top.
This guy's a
You're-
living, breathing testimony. His own hard-earned money going to Star Pizza, man. Hey, shout out to you, Town.
It is literally fantastic. I
No,
highly recommend it. Get it right now. I mean, literally pick up the phone,
Literally.
call, order it online.
Pick up the phone, baby.
Towns, you remember 20 years ago, you and I were in Memphis for the Liberty Bowl, and we went to Interstate Barbecue, and Interstate had barbecue spaghetti.
Yes.
You remember that? They put brisket on spaghetti with a good sauce. We got to get
barbecue.
Star Pizza and Pit Room to work on that. That's our next goal, is to get them to do the barbecue spaghetti, and I'll be there every day for a week.
When I saw that on the menu at Interstate, I was like, man, is this some just janked ass Cincinnati chili bullshit?
Bull job, yeah.
And then
But
I
no,
had
it was legit.
it was fantastic.
Yep. Anyways,
I
Star
can't
Pizza.
tell you. I mean, I've had all their pastas. I've had pretty much everything there except stuff
Today.
with a lot of vegetables in it. This is one of, if not my favorite. I mean, lasagna is just, maybe that's just because, you know, it's the old timey feel because I've been going there for 20 odd years. But this is fantastic. I'm not telling you. I'm telling you this even if they weren't working with us.
supporting everything we're doing at
Right.
beautiful GoCoogs.com with all these fantastic shows. Chase
I mean,
McCarty,
I've been a lifer at Star Pizza since I've been here in what is it, 2026? Yeah, since I came back. I came back in 2000.
25 years.
Yeah.
Life bid.
Chase McCarty will be the X factor for the Cougs March run. McCarty is on the rise for sure. Sanak is drifting. I don't think he had a bad game. I don't think he had a highlight field game. He was solid. Oklahoma State has beaten some good teams. The Aggies, BYU, when they were still playing pretty well. They did home and home wins with UCF.
Yeah, that's tough.
It was a good win for our boys today. I don't think Chase played poorly. Chris played poorly. Chase just played better, and that's okay. 100%. I wish Milos was playing consistently better. Milos has picked it up. You know, he plays well at home. I thought he played well today.
Yeah.
The numbers are solid.
Yeah.
He had 11 points on 4 of 10 shooting, 5 assists, 3 boards.
1 turnover.
Nothing wrong with that. 1 turnover.
And it's
Nothing
like
wrong with that.
he took a lot of shots. The shots that he took were shots that he's able to make at a high clip. So it's like,
Right.
I'm okay with that.
You're not mad at any of those shots that he took.
Absolutely.
He had one. The one he took that was the air ball was clearly blocked.
Yeah.
Clearly blocked. Refs missed that. Refs missed a foul on the what they called a jump ball, and then they missed the goaltending. I think they missed goaltendings on both ends, to be honest.
I think they kind of called a goaltend on our end because they felt like they missed it on prior. It seemed it was screaming makeup call. It was screaming makeup call to me.
Okay. Love that Sampson left Chase in down the stretch.
Why wouldn't he?
Number one, yes, but that's how you turn him. You build his confidence as high as possible. Like we depended on you.
He didn't need. It's what we've been talking about all year. You earn the minutes that you get, and he earned it. And not just because he was knocking down shots, because he was literally doing everything.
He was
rebounding,
rebounding,
tipping out, rebound. Yeah, but he always does that. So it's just like hats off to him, man. He's showing a high level of maturity and matching that with production.
Ryan,
those are the ones that are, we've been wondering. Everybody's asking who's going to be the Malik guy.
Mm-hmm.
Easy.
He gonna be Chase.
I'm not saying nobody's gonna be Malik, but you need a 6th guy, a 7th guy to come in and contribute. We've been wondering where that is. Guess what? He's starting to show up. Both of them.
Yeah. And everybody, just in case you guys missed the prior shows, I want to apologize because mercy has been the cure to a lot of issues. I just want to go on the record saying that, you know what? I may have said some things at the wrong time. Not that I didn't believe in the kid, but it's like he wasn't the answer to rebounding. But he's been rebounding. So, I mean, hey, I'm wrong. I'm imperfect. Let's continue with the show.
But I don't think you were wrong at the time. He was
at the time, yeah. But it's like
we're not. I don't do predictions. I go by what I see and what happens.
Yeah.
I mean,
we're just gonna leave.
If we let every moment say, if you do this later on, you just get into chasing the future, and you're never going to catch that.
No, we're just gonna leave your headline like this, Galen, for a few minutes, and we'll come back to.
Come on, bro.
We'll come back to what's substantial.
Absolutely not.
Ryan told everyone for weeks about what this game could be. Yes, this one worried me more than any game coming down the stretch. Nothing I saw surprised me today, including the officiating. You had 3 officials that you had not seen as a group since the Texas Tech game at Fertitta last season. The game they kicked out JT Toppin, they kicked out McCaslin, they gave a technical to Jawan, and U of H lost in overtime. They were bad again as a group today. So, not
Team
big.
that goes that can win at UCF, and then you have them the following game against Houston on senior night. Best believe you're going to get that team's best shot. Best believe.
Mercy playing much better, but still has trouble staying in front of his man.
Stop it.
Okay.
Stop it.
I think I don't disagree with that 100%, but I think we need to. I think there's so much focus on everything that Mercy does. It's that you're not watching Milos getting blown by. You're not watching E-Man getting blown by or shooken down. You just say, "Oh, he's going to come back." With Mercy, every single step he takes is so critiqued. He's at the point now where he's earned his.
He's proven exactly. He's for sure. Yeah,
but now we're at a point where he's kind of right there with everybody else.
Because if we're going to talk about defense, we can talk about everybody who was in foul trouble and everybody who had 4 fouls and everybody who had to go to the bench because they were fouling.
I'm just talking.
That's a part of defense too.
There was at least 3 times I can see right now. Milos just got flat out blown by at the top of the key. I saw the exact same thing with E-Man. You're going to get beat. That's just the nature of the game.
And it's like not to mention our defense is built to protect the paint. So a lot of times you may be in a closeout situation. And it's almost like if you're on a one-way road and you're passing the car, you're going 60. They're passing the car, they're passing you, they're going 60. That's 120 miles. That's 120 miles worth of speed passing each other. So it's like you're in a closeout situation. Huh?
Math.
Yeah, but it's like you're in a closeout situation to where you're having to go to somebody who's coming towards you. That's hard to do for anybody on God's green earth. And it's like a lot of times it probably stems from him having to help someone. So it's like you got to give him some type of grace. And that's why we have rim protection.
Richie Rich, thank you so much. Where is he? He says later, get you some Star Pizza. Get you some Star Pizza. What are we doing?
Be like Towns, man. Get you some Star Pizza.
Yeah, exactly. Dive in.
LT1 Bandit, good to get the dub. It was a chase party and fuck the refs, paying for my own fine. Appreciate that. I like the swear jar idea. Towns with the Pit Room by Star Pizza collab. How do you say that X in this situation? Do you say by? Do you say X? Do you say
and?
Do you just say and? Okay. Well, that's a lot easier for me.
And Star Pizza collab.
Towns with the Pit Room and Star Pizza collab. Great choice.
Mm-hmm.
J Bar M does a spaghetti barbecue thing. Interesting. Have not seen it there. Might have to go check it out.
It's just kind of amazing to me how this has been the last regular season game, and in a game that everybody knew that we were able to lose, that Mercy was the first guard sub, and the growth that it took to be able to be that, as opposed to let's say the first or second game of the season when it was a game that we could lose, he probably wouldn't be an option to sub in. And it's like we kind of want to give guys their credit on their growth and commend them on their efforts, because that's not easy to kind of earn someone's trust. It has to be several days in a row of consistent and honest proof. And sometimes people don't know how hard that is. And it's like you want to give those guys their flowers for sticking with it and continuing to work when things may not have looked like it was in their favor.
For sure. Putting days back to back in practice, guys have told me that's harder. That's harder than making plays in a game, is because the effort this demanded every single day is just kind of crazy. I think Pipes made this up. Chase McCarty has been coming. Roy today. I don't think I said that. That doesn't sound like me. Brad's mom, thanks for McCarty for his threes and his playing time. Thank you, mother. Star Pizza at Selection Sunday Party. What an idea that would be. They could make that
Galen,
happen.
Thinking about McCarty, one of the things I've noticed about him all year long, even when he wasn't hitting, he never looked shy or tentative in shooting
never
the ball.
pass up an open look. Yeah, never pass up an open look.
It's not like all of a sudden he's more confident. It's just he's catching the ball in the flow.
And also, I think that people you watch these guys practice, they make shots, but with Chase, it's you have limited playing time. Your adrenaline is high. You get subbed into a game after 25 minutes of time, not even gameplay, and you catch the ball wide open. You're going to miss it because the stakes are different. And it's like people don't understand that it's hard to make a shot in a game. You have to be in rhythm and you have to be playing a lot of minutes. That's why it's like with Milo's. Let's say if Milo's didn't play 4 games, it'll be very hard for him to make a shot because you're so out of rhythm and the game is fast. And it's just like it's an unfair expectation, but yeah, he's been able to maintain the same mindset because the kid puts in the work and he is a shooter. You ask anybody in that coaching staff in the program who's the best shooter on the team, and they'll say Chase, even if the percentages may not reflect so.
I will tell you that I have watched him for 2 years doing the post-game shoot-around, right? So you have to go all the way around, making 5, and then come all the way back, and then make the free throws. Chase does it as fast as anyone. And right now, in post-game, it's him and Sanak that are doing it off of each other. And he's running around Sanak. And I love the way he shoots the ball. I have seen that confidence for 2 years, and it's finally showing up in games, and I'm really happy for the kid. Tomorrow night, talking about them Cougars with Kellen Sampson. Kellen will be here at 8 tomorrow night. You need to be here then. It's going to be a full week of GoCoogs podcasts virtually every day. Monday night, the 4 Quarters guys are doing a special night, their podcast Monday night, previewing the Big 12 tournament. Jamie Hollingsworth will be on there to talk about all the teams getting ready to play. They will be live. They've actually got the court set with their logo on it.
That's all right.
So check that out in Kansas City. Danny Hurley is going ape shit crazy. That's 2 for me. I guess I read one on a comment, so that's 3. I'm almost done. Marquette is up 2 with 0.4 seconds.
Looking at our comments, you can tell everybody's at different speeds on their internet or broadcast.
Yeah.
You got Marquette's choking this way. Down goes UConn. UConn just lost. UConn down by 20 with 40 seconds left. Or down by 2 with 40 seconds left.
It's like 20. Damn. I missed that.
Did they just lose?
If it's not done, it is right there.
0.4 seconds left. 0.4 seconds left. Danny Hurley, they are down to a 0.4 left.
I've got end of the
Hurley
fourth.
just got ejected.
Well,
Yeah.
so that means free throws. That means the review went the wrong way, and they got free throws.
It literally says official review. Like, literally.
Yeah.
I don't know that. Yeah.
It looks like Sampson has lost confidence in. Well, it's Marquette senior day.
Yeah,
But-
I know. Yeah.
yeah.
That's why they're playing the
Okay.
way they're playing. Yeah, they're not
Right.
at Connecticut playing like this.
Well, they're also trying to save the job for our guy Shaka, who looks malnourished.
But weren't they in the Elite Eight last year?
I don't think so. I mean, that doesn't sound right, but
They just
knows?
had a tournament run.
They did make the tournament last year.
They were in the Sweet 16 the year before last, 23-24.
Okay.
And then what about last year?
I think he's gone. Here's his record at Marquette. 19-13 made the tournament. 29-7 made round of 32. 27-10 Sweet 16. 23-11 round of 64, and they're 11-19 this year. So if you fire him, I mean, I think it would be absolutely stupid. Hey, guess what? I saw people pimping Rodney Terry today. So sign him. Yeah, hire him. He'll fix everything.
So you hire the former UT coach, and that doesn't work out. So you hire the most recent UT coach. Got it.
I don't know what I did with that. I replied to it, but
Times you be trolling, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I know you do. That was a rhetorical question, brother. I know you be trolling.
Oh yeah.
If you expect Towns to bite his tongue, brother, please, you got a better
Hey
chance
man,
smoking a cigarette on the
I
wall.
offer
If you put barbecue on that tongue, he might.
I offer a megaton of discernment on Twitter.
Man.
I mean, literally, I've got all kinds of stuff going through my head, all the bullshit that I read on Twitter.
Arizona State.
I just wonder what goes into a decision to hire a coach who failed at a previous school.
Well, listen, this is Joe.
You know, maybe y'all can educate me because y'all are more aware of that than I am. Like it's like, why would you? What was the coach at NC State who's the kind of light skinned guy who coached the DJ Burns kid? His hairline is way back. At NC State before Will Wade.
It was the guy that took him, Kevin Keats, that took him to the Final Four, right?
Yeah. So it's like
took him to the Final Four and fired him the next year.
Yeah, so it's like, why would you think a guy who lost games at another school? Why would you think that might work for another institution? If that makes sense.
Well, here's what the tweet said. Someone to keep an eye on as the coaching carousel begins to spin. Former Texas head coach Rodney Terry.
I seen that same tweet.
He led the Longhorns to 3 straight NCAA tournaments, as well as a Big 12 tournament title and an Elite 8 appearance in 2023.
And he recruited AJ Johnson.
Yeah.
Well, he never led the Longhorns to 3.
It's like, hold on. You mean he took over Chris Beard's team in the middle of the season and just rode that out, and then got progressively worse the longer he coached until they were absolute shit. And he was absolutely horrible at UTEP.
Yeah, he was.
But you know what?
Chris Beard's struggling.
You know what I think?
Chris Beard's having a bad year.
I think he might be a perfect fit for Memphis. I'm trying to think of my worst enemies. I'm trying to think of my worst enemies and where this guy should go.
Look, you say some dumb things, but that was right on the head. Rodney Terry at Memphis, it makes all the sense in the world. I like it. I approve it. Marquette wins by 6 because they got a half dozen free throws or so. Arizona State is, I think they're up 4 at halftime in Ames.
Man, winning on someone's senior night, that's hard to do. That is, you got guys who got family, the entire family, people who've never seen them play in person at the game. It's like, to be able to go out and beat a guy who has that supporting them, hats off to you, brother. That's what makes the sport the sport. That's crazy. Marquette beating UConn.
Some more comments real quick.
Wait, hold on. But it's like how they were just talking about how UConn was a surefire 1 seed. It's like,
and they might still be.
But is that not a quad 3 loss? Quad 4?
2, because it was on the road.
Hey, but you know what? They won trophies in November, dude.
How many quad 2 losses do we have?
I don't think any.
47 straight.
So then
over teams that are outside the top 25.
So just
Is that 25 like rankings or 25 in the net?
Either or, I don't know.
Okay. That's fine.
We have 0 quad 2 losses. But
Okay, here's the thing: is we don't
you
have
have 5
we don't have
losses.
our bad losses. Our last bad loss was TCU,
at Iowa State.
maybe San Diego State.
No, that's a good rule.
Oh, okay.
No, because San Diego State was pretty good. The TCU loss was the last bad loss you had. But all your losses this year are quad 1 losses. What'd you say?
TCU is still a tough place to win at. Or like that's
It is a tough place to win at. And it might not have been a quad 2 or 3. It might have been a 1 because you were on the road.
But we have no quad 2 losses, but a 1 seed is they have a quad 2 loss, and
They have a quad 3 loss.
That don't make sense to me. Forgive me. That don't make sense to me.
Well, here's the thing: is that UConn's going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Why?
Yes.
Because they recently won 2 national titles, but 2, it's a Northeast team, and
Ding.
basketball media is still heavily leaned toward
I'm not a
Northeast.
politician.
But when I looked at and seeing their resume, I mean, their resume is absolute shit, except for November. Like their last good win, unless you want to count number 21 in Ken Palm over St. John's, but they split with St. John's. But their last good win was in December 9th when they beat Florida, who were just putting things together. Yeah. Florida in December is not the Florida that's playing right now.
Could you imagine if we lost this game?
Oh yeah, they would be saying
we should be a 4 seed. Come on, bro. I get it though. I get it. I understand.
But this year, the Big East is straight up doo-doo and
trash.
I mean, I mean, come on. I mean, they're maybe a step better than what Miami of Ohio's played. Come on. I mean, these teams are terrible. Villanova, dog shit. St. John's, I still say they're dog shit. Whenever them and UConn play each other, you got 2 different flavors of shit smashing each other.
Yeah.
I don't know, St. John. I don't know about that one, Towns. But I get what you're trying to say. But I ain't gonna count out Rick, brother. The purist in me won't allow it. I'll never. But I get you though.
Well, I mean, they ain't beat nobody.
Theirs is just they have 3 teams who could probably make it there. Yeah, it's a dog shit conference. God forgive me.
God forgive you. Okay, let's get back into comments. Can the league return the $5 million glass court and spend it on fixing the ref issue?
It's not just, I mean, the refs. It's not just a Big 12 thing. It is across the board.
That's right. But it shouldn't matter. I mean, you're the number 1 conference. You should get your pick of refs, and you should tell them we want the games called this way, and you need to call it this way.
Well, I'm sure that they want to do that, but then again, these guys' legs are run off by the time they get to these games. I mean, they'll go 10 days without a break. Because guess what? They got to stack checks.
20.
Ain't nobody give a shit what they do in the offseason.
Better be running.
Got to make. They get what, 5 months to make their money, and that's it.
Yeah.
Then again, they probably go be crossing guards and hall monitors and bullshit like that.
Hey, get you a pension any way you can get you a pension.
You feel me? I ain't mad at you.
No, I think it's a NCAA wide issue because I see it in the Big Ten, I see it in the SEC, I see it across the board. It's terrible. It's the plague of NBA style basketball that is slowly spreading.
Yeah,
I mean, the NBA is the way that game is called, the way that game is played today. I mean, it's like ground zero for COVID 2.0.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means.
Means it's
Signing off
spreading
from
all over the place.
Amsterdam.
Everybody's sick.
Appreciate you guys. Go Cougs. I watched my first NBA game in 12 years Thursday night with Golden State here in town.
LJ.
LJ played well, made some things happen.
Hey man, that's
Okay.
why I will never put ever in my life will I ever put limitations on another man. There's been so many people who said he was this, he was that. People that I know, like he was this, he was that. It's like bottom line, the guy can put the biscuit in the basket. And he's doing it at the highest level. On the road, you put like you coming off a pick to get the ball in overtime, and KD is guarding the guy passing you the ball. You're doing it in the pinnacle of moments. Hey man, you got.
And he said,
if you can do it,
he
you
said
can do it.
in the post game, he said he didn't think he was going to be on this trip. He thought he was going to be back with the G League team in Santa Clara or Santa Cruz, wherever it is. And he got a surprise and got to come on the trip, which means he got to go to the U of H game and get his ring and see his guys on their senior night, and then got to show off in front of his family and friends at Toyota Center.
Can't beat that.
That's pretty big time. Like if he never plays again in the league after this year, that's a lifetime moment, you know? Good for him.
And it's like I hate that people pay too much attention to measurements and this and that, and it's like all the things you can see, because when you play a sport and you're competing, it's about all the things that are invisible. And it's like that guy is a competitor, but his arm span might be 6'4". It's like it's one of my thoughts. Who gives a fuck about how long your arms are? Are you willing to go out there and damn near die to win?
Yeah.
It helps that he went to the right team.
For sure. Yeah. Can't we? Absolutely.
But
absolutely.
See, the thing, the beautiful thing is, and the thing that these guys coming here are going to carry on with them, is that these guys coming through our program are going to play harder than 90% of the guys that are in the league. Because these guys they go out and grind. And, you play an 82 game schedule. It's real easy to take a lot of nights off mentally, where it's like, ho, we're down by 15, screw it. But these guys are going to compete, and you want them on your team, even if they're not starting, if they're just going to be bench players.
Yeah. You want that.
One more thing.
If he can shoot from anywhere against anybody. I mean, he's fallen into a line like Damon Jones from back in the day at U of H, where he can gun from anywhere. If you can shoot, you're going to have a chance.
Yeah. And LJ had a child this week. Phoenix is her name.
Yeah.
Miss Karen had made something for him and showed it to me. And I was like, who's Phoenix Crier? Like, I didn't know. This was, a month or two ago. She's like, LJ's having a kid. I was like, oh. And it happened this week. And this week he got to come back to U of H and got to have that breakout game here in Houston. What a week for him. LJ, certified baller, kept us in that Duke game till the end.
It's just you when you play with this program, you become accustomed to a certain type of mentality that's associated with a certain level of success. Like I'll never forget like playing summer league and we had lost a game, and they were like, "Young fella, it's cool as summer league. We got 80." Like, and it regardless if I tried to be cool, it still bothered me. And it's like every loss that I've had in my profession, it bothered me because that's the culture that they cultivate within you. So it's just like once you experience that standard, you want to win everything because that's what you hold yourself to.
Yeah, it's compete in every single thing.
Everything.
I have just seen one of the greatest things I might have ever seen in my life.
Uh-oh.
He's
come across on Twitter. Have you guys seen Paralympic hockey?
Oh my God! Please don't.
Holy shit, this is badass. These dudes are on a sled and they got 2 sticks and they're just going at it on hockey. Holy shit, I didn't know about this. Where has this been all my life?
Oh man.
No, dude, it is badass. Y'all gotta see this. Go look it up.
It almost looks like a snowboard.
Oh man. Hey, we don't
Or
have
a-
to talk about this no more. We can change the subject.
No, man, I'm really being serious. This looks
I
so
know.
damn cool.
I know.
Damn, I've never seen Galen's eyes get that big when he said, "I know."
I know you're being serious, Dallas. That's the problem. Oh man. So
The 2 stick thing is what's really cool.
It's kind of crazy looking. I've never seen the 2-stick thing. It's
And it makes sense. I mean, because they gotta imagine how I can't imagine how good a shape you have to be in your upper body to be using your arms like that. I mean, your legs are full of really, really big muscles, but to do that with your arms and then also shooting and beating their other people in the face with the stick, I mean, that's freaking awesome.
well, Birmingham, we practiced at a whatever you just said, but it was like
Paralympic.
Paralympic. I believe
Or whatever you said.
but I believe it was like like I don't know what it was, but it's like they had in their wheelchairs and they're just ramming into each other, and it's just like their biceps were super big, and like and it's just like your body really adjusts to what you're like doing, and I was just like, wow, they run into each other full speed, and it'll sound like a major collision, and they'll just keep going. I'm just like, man, that looked like it hurt, man. That scared me.
Well, I mean, if they're running into each other's legs, it's not like they're feeling it.
We can't.
Lord, hear our prayers. My goodness, get him off so freedom of speech should be reserved.
I mean, you're free to say whatever you want, but we're
Oh,
free to put you in
man.
timeout for 5
Hey,
minutes.
Towns is wilding.
I
I
mean,
respect it though. I don't know if it was like volleyball, not volleyball, but like they had, I don't know, but yeah, it was pretty intense. Them collisions were crazy.
tomorrow night, Kellen Sampson joins Galen and me for a beautiful conversation. I'm talking about them Cougars. Brad's trying to show his star pizza like that's going to get him back on the screen. No, it ain't, fat boy. You sit back there and take your medicine.
Suck
Jesus.
the meatball.
So
I'm
wait,
told that the beautiful people at Star Pizza say this ends Sunday night, and this is in the tweet or the text, it ends Sunday night or whenever Brad eats it all.
Could be by tonight.
Yeah. So
I'm
if
telling you,
don't get
make it a point to get that. Seriously, you will not be disappointed.
it looks pretty good, not gonna lie.
Did you see I mean, now it's about that time of year, all of a sudden the media is going to start hyping Kansas. Oh my God, they're the biggest dark horse that could win the title, make the Final Four.
Okay.
but
How about
And it's all based on Darren Peterson. Oh, if Darren Peterson's going to play, it's like, dude, you're telling me you haven't watched Kansas at all this year because they're a better team without Darren Peterson.
yeah,
I mean, I think they're
I can see it.
they just haven't figured out how to win with him. I don't know that they're better. It's just
did they not win at Tech with him?
they did, but I'm saying consistently.
That's I I can see it, but yeah, I'm just not a believer. But I can see why they might want to cling to a national, powerhouse, blue
Right.
blood. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, let's like Kansas, who lost to Bobby Hurley. Exactly. But man, the thing is that they become easier to guard when he's on the floor, if that makes any sense. In
Yeah,
that,
everybody's deferring to him.
yeah, I mean, he's literally, he's going to be the guy that's going to be hunting shots. And while he's going to score a lot, he's also going to take some really shitty shots.
And
Insert
you're
floor.
not in any worry of him guarding you.
Not really.
So
I mean,
how many
he's
teams?
NBA ready.
How many teams do y'all think will get into the tournament?
From this league, I'm at 9 right now.
And that's all
Overall, 68.
okay. You know what I mean, Ryan. But what I'm saying is, do you think so? It's based on how certain teams do in the tournament rather than a bona fide 9.
I would say right now, Arizona, Houston,
Tech,
Iowa State, Tech,
Kansas,
BYU
Why?
are locks.
Why BYU?
TCU's
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why how BYU?
I mean, are they going to get a sympathy bid because Saunders is gone, or do you have to have the star power of Devonsa?
Well, they're 25 in the net. You're making it. You're just making it.
I mean, they're 8 and 9 in conference right now.
Okay, but we've been told that doesn't matter.
Okay,
I think it at 25 in the net, you're in.
So where's Cincinnati?
So TCU is 42, Cincinnati is 45, UCF is 50, and they have 20 wins. They've got 5 quad 1 wins. I think they make it. I don't think Baylor makes it.
Where's West Virginia?
They're 58. They have 5.
Hold on, back up. What did you just say? Baylor?
Baylor's 51 in the net. That's the only reason I brought their name
Baylor
up.
Bears.
Yeah, they're 51 in the net.
They're 15 and 15 on the season and 5 and 12 in conference.
I'm telling you that I'm just saying they were 51 in the net. That's why I said their name.
I'll tell
I'm
you
not
this.
saying they're in
I'm
the
hoping
tournament.
for some bid stealing mofos out there in the smaller conferences, because Baylor is a team that should not even be.
I don't think Baylor's making it. I'm saying that they're 51 in the net, and I was going down the list.
You're not going to be the only one to say that, but
I didn't say it.
You mentioned that they were going to be in.
No, I didn't. I was going down the list on the net,
and you
naming
said Baylor.
Big 12 teams.
And you said Baylor.
They are right behind.
Ryan,
you lost. I know I said Baylor.
You shouldn't.
But they're UCF is 50 in the net. I think they're in. Baylor is 51 in the net. I don't think they're in.
UCF they've done significantly more than Baylor has.
I agree. They're 5 and 6 in quad 1 wins. I think they've been pretty good. They're 5 and 5 on the road, which is not bad. West Virginia's I think they need to do some work in the tournament.
See, this is why I'm so against a tournament expansion, because none of these teams should even be considered. 68's too many. Hell, I'd say 64's too many. Cut that bitch to 48. Let's get the real teams in there.
Well, I disagree with that completely.
That's a terrible idea.
Yeah. Why would you want to take away that Thursday, that first day of the tournament, the greatest day in the entire year?
Elimination. We'll make it a double elimination.
I think Cincinnati. I think they deserve to be.
They are rallying. I think they've won 6 of 7.
If you win at Kansas with help, you deserve a nod. Win a couple of games in the conference tournament. Hey, yeah, you deserve an 8 or 9. Shit, I mean, Auburn got the same thing last year. Did they not? Well, what 2 years ago? Like,
yeah, they
come
were
on,
an 8
man.
2 years ago.
Come on,
And
man.
now, if Auburn makes it in the tournament and they don't go win the SEC, then maybe we can talk about cutting some people. But Cincinnati's losing at TCU.
2 teams that should make
That
it.
Tech, yeah, and Tech and BYU play tonight at 9:30. Games I will not be staying up for. Our friends at Memphis
Oh,
are
my
going to
God.
finish with a losing record in the conference. They're 7-10 right now.
Do
and
they
they
not
play
have the highest
at
budget
Tulane.
in the American?
Well, you hear that. I don't know because I really haven't paid attention. But
Yes.
you've got to figure
dramatically.
there's 10 teams in that league that aren't putting $100,000 at basketball NIL.
So then the answer would be
I mean,
Right.
is Rice putting $250,000 to basketball NIL? I doubt it.
it might be putting that towards their medical school or Rice Law.
Uh,
Oh wait, fellas, a bio break.
okay. Here's the promo picture of that pasta you have. That's a
Yeah,
lot of peppers.
Actually, I could use more peppers.
Well, I figured that.
I'm usually not a pepper
That looks
fan.
pretty good. Really?
It is fantastic.
Or not peppers. I'm saying sausage is what I'm trying to say. I say peppers, but sausage. There's a lot of
That's a
sausage.
lot of sausage.
Hey, don't make fun of people that can't speak too good. Brad still isn't used to being in a good big conference where mediocrity is rewarded.
It's gonna be my my G5 brain in that I hate middle of the pack big conference teams because they're usually trash and they freaking suck all the oxygen out. And the fact that there's even a public conversation about freaking Auburn being in the tournament is disgusting.
Well, that conversation is pretty much coming from the dad of the Nepo baby that's there.
And that tweet did I send you that was that
Yeah.
Bruce Pearl's just a carved up fine bomb.
Well, that's true.
But Pearl's got, of course, he's got to pimp it because, his Nepo hire is terrible.
And I had no problem with that hire because Pearl brought them to 2 Final Fours. He deserves to have some say in who gets hired there. But it has not been a good year for Steven. You guys sound like a married couple. Yeah. I'm Brad's longest relationship.
I'm thinking Auburn's over. It's over.
What do you mean?
Done.
Like the program?
Yep.
Well, you might be right.
They're gonna unless they can do like Tennessee and get somebody as good as Rick Barnes. Maybe they can get Rick Barnes to go over there.
Rick Barnes is 71. I don't know if that's a thing you want.
Bruce Pearl is that good of a coach. They're gonna have to find somebody that's really, really, really good because at the end of the day, Auburn is what it is. It was Charles Barkley. Then
where do y'all think Bruce Pearl fits? Like, we can agree that Mick Cronin is not a West Coast type of dude. Where does Bruce Pearl fit in the coaching?
Well, Bruce has fit everywhere. He's fit it.
But I'm talking about
Whitewater
today, though. Like today, with the landscape of everything. Like, where does he fit today?
I think he fits as a commentator and not having to coach.
Really?
I mean,
I'd say.
Are you saying a job? Like, you want him as a coach?
Saying like it as a job. I feel like he can probably blend in at LSU.
Oh, well, I mean, now that they're gone to Lane, LSU would make all the sense in the world. Just get all the D-bags in the SEC
Towns,
and bring him to LSU.
What you think,
I mean,
man? Towns, what you think?
I'll be honest with you. If Nick Cronin left UCLA, if I was UCLA, I would go to Bruce and say whatever you want.
I don't think he's a West Coast type of dude.
I think,
And I also think they have seen.
I think he can get guys. He can get guys to go out there who are going to play his style.
I don't know.
See, Mick's style is Midwest, bloody knuckle, and them Cali boys ain't got that, man. They're just out there kind of floating around, doing TikTok dances, painting their fingernails, doing what they do, which is, soft ass West Coast shit.
I think Bruce is a Southern type.
He's worked in the South for sure.
That's what I think. I think he thrives in the Southern, in the Southern region.
If Memphis had any chance of playing at a bigger level,
he would be the one for sure.
But I just don't think Bruce is going to go and put up with the American and be a 1 or 2 bid league. I don't.
Yeah,
think
I mean,
that's-
rightfully so. Rightfully so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know where he really fits, and this is just a thought: Auburn. Maybe fire that guy they got and hire him.
He ain't doing that.
Jerome Tang to Auburn. I like it. I like it a lot. Memphis is 132 in the net, 28 spots behind Sam Houston. That's not where you really want to be.
Jerome Tang to Auburn. What? Maybe I'm too young to comment on that, so I'm gonna just bite my tongue.
Too young to comment on what?
Jerome Tang to Auburn. Everything
I think it was
know-
a joke. I think it was a
okay,
joke.
but please.
You gotta wish certain coaches on your enemies.
Yeah. And Auburn sucks. There's just no other way about it.
Like, I mean, I would
I
love
like riding
to
in my
see Penny
truck.
at Texas Tech.
You'd like to see who?
Penny at Texas Tech.
Yes, I think that's the perfect fit.
I can tell
Like-
that's sarcasm.
Get rid of that McCaslin fella.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Okay, let's do this. Harwell going to Portal, maybe. I hope not. I don't see it. I really think he's bought in here.
It's definitely going to be a tradition. I mean, it's going to be like clockwork. If guy doesn't play in a game or 2 or 3, I mean, Mercy was going to go in the portal earlier in the year,
Yeah.
allegedly. So was Chase.
Well, I think we talked about it the last game. It's not even earlier in the year. It was Wednesday.
No, I mean, here's the thing. If anybody wants to go to the portal, they're more than welcome
It
to.
should
I
be.
don't think they're going to, but
No.
they're more than welcome to. Because I'll say this: one thing that we know that about our program is it takes a very unique kind of player. You got to be a little bit crazy to come here, and the guys who come here usually kind of stick because they know what they're getting into. There are no lies being told.
Next year is such a huge opportunity.
Exactly.
You have so many minutes available.
Yes,
Yeah, and you have a head start. So it's
You do.
Since our school is an outlier program in regards to player retention,
Everything.
we should be held as an outlier to all the contraries. As
Well,
and we usually don't have that many transfers. So
the thing is that if somebody wants to transfer, maybe they just don't have the mentality to play in this program, and it might be the reason why they're not playing in this program. To
Towns?
start.
I don't think that's Isaiah Harwell.
exactly.
He's a
Me either.
freshman.
I'm saying
He's a
that about
freshman.
any player. It doesn't matter.
And it's just like he's aware of like you've been hurt here, hurt there, and it's like the catch up battle. And it's just like when you're playing this high level of basketball in this conference, and you're this level type of team, it's like we got to do what's right in the now. And like the guys who are available and who are producing in the now, that might not be you, but that's a great thing about competition. If you're a competitor, I'm not going to run from it. This summer when the season's over with, I'm going to hit that lab. And we're going to see what we're talking about next year. Because just like you can't do what those guys can do, those guys can't do what you can do. So it's just like all about investing in, what gives you the best chances to succeed.
I mean, there's no shortcuts.
No shortcuts, none. The work will prevail, and it's just like, man, the work always prevails. That's why the work is prevailing now. And if you want
in a different situation with Isaiah having lost kind of his summer and his fall, he would have been a redshirt candidate. But he's just got too much talent for that. You can't redshirt him now. But I mean, he was one of those guys who could have been like Chase last year. Chase was really good and could have played big minutes last year, but he made the right decision for him and actually for the program. Thursday, 6 p.m. game. You win that, you play 8:30 Friday. It'll end up being about 6:30, 6:45 Thursday night. Probably be 8:45, 9. Oh, there's only 2 games on Friday, so it shouldn't be that bad. But Thursday will be a long day. But you had you lost today and Texas Tech won and you're the 3 seed, you'd have been playing at 9 or 9:30 or 10 Thursday, and then turning around earlier Friday and earlier Saturday. So getting this 2 seed is a big deal. I like the dynamic we have now when we go small with McCarty at the 4. I really do too.
I mean, because when you go with Chase, granted, it's kind of like with Juan, you may lack with size, but the effort, heart, I'm gonna win mentality, he has it. So it's like he's gonna be able to rebound regardless of who he's in there with, and it's like the person that he's going against as a small ball 4, they're gonna have to guard him. And it's like, if you find him relocating on a 3-point line, it's like you might find yourself between a rock and a hard place, because he's going to shoot it. He's going to shoot it. And you have to contest.
Yeah. If Arizona State could hold on, well, from the time this was written, half an hour ago, Arizona State has scored 4 points, and Iowa State scored about 1 million. So that ain't going to happen today. Iowa State remembered who they were. And that's okay.
One thing I do enjoy is fans getting really, really excited when there's a upset brewing and there's like 10 minutes left in a half.
It's piped down a little bit. Pipe down.
Because I sit there and I'm thinking, Baylor thought that they had a chance there for a while, and Oklahoma State thought that they had a chance for a while, and then guess what? Wham!
I think it's funny how the commentator.
I could not disagree with you more.
Did y'all ever see Meet Joe Black?
I haven't.
With Brad Pitt in it?
No.
Never mind. Okay, for the everybody in chat, it's like Meet Joe Black, where he's standing in the middle of the street and all of a sudden gets hit by 2 cars.
I'm guessing they know what happens after he got hit.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Anyways, I like, if you're watching this show and you've got a game on at the same time, you want to talk about it. I have no issue with that. Let's talk. And you watch the game together, and that's fun. You crapping on everybody, not fun. Bad. I still think that last 1 seed will go to Florida. Dre, I think the same as of now. Florida is certainly good, but the SEC is not testing them. There are a couple of good teams in the SEC, but I don't know if there's another great team. Like this conference, I think Iowa State's a great team, and they might be the 6 seed in the conference tournament. Maybe the 5. I guess Kansas will be 4. They'll be 5. I think that's how it'll work.
In Ken
And I think
Pom,
they're great. Go ahead.
Ken Pom, you've got Florida in the top. I think they're number 4, and then you got Arkansas and Alabama and Tennessee outside the top 10, and the rest are just whatever.
Yeah. Arkansas is 22-8. Vanderbilt's 23-7. Tennessee's 21-9. I mean,
And I think Vanderbilt's trash too.
yes, they have fallen apart. With the next 3-point shooting unreliable lately, Chase popping those shots is timely going into the tournament. I mean, popping shots is always timely.
Yeah,
But,
I mean, but you want everybody
he's stepping up.
clicking. You want everybody clicking, especially going into the tournament. You know that teams are going to be aware that Chris, regardless of what his percentages are, his willingness to shoot it, he's a 3-point threat. He's hit multiple threes in multiple games. So it's like you can't give him any dare shots, and that's going to draw the defense out and be able to stretch the defense. So it's like, you know.
Okay. Do you think Hollis will have a serious opportunity to leave this offseason? If not, when will that come? Hollis has young kids and is in a great situation. And I haven't heard of him really having that itch, to be honest. And, you know, he's been kind of back and forth in his role, player development, assistant coach, player development. I don't know. I think KC is the next guy. Obviously, Kellen has his slot whenever that happens. But after him, I think KC is that next guy. Is that fair, Galen?
Yeah, just by the hierarchy. I could see that, but coaching is about just personalities, especially being a head coach. And like I said, well, Quantas had a head coaching mentality as an assistant. And some guys get there sooner than others. So it's but like right now, I wouldn't say that HB will be a head coaching candidate anywhere, but we can see that with Quantas, with how his personality was, and like he was ready to be a head coach somewhere.
Yeah.
So, and I think that, like Hollis, he might need a year or two more being a part of our program to be able to take that next step. But that doesn't mean he's not able to. But like I said, it's Quantas. He came into we inherited Quantas as he had a head coach's personality, mentality. He had it already.
And Quantas turned down opportunities to be a head job
Absolutely.
or to get a head job and waited for Louisiana.
Like we were talking last game, that with the amount of money that assistant coaches make these days, you have the luxury of being patient and taking jobs, not just because you want a promotion and get paid, but because you want to go to one that you feel is right for you. And Louisiana was right up his alleyway. I mean, just a great fit. And it's for a mid-major, it's one that's primed to explode.
Yeah. KC is making $400,000 a year right now. Mike Eckenham is making $350 and Hollis is $300. I think Hollis gets camp money too. So that raises his money, but that's really, really pretty good deal. And I think the point is for him to be with Kellen when he takes over.
But also, so you got to realize with our program is like these guys have been together for so long and how they view each other. Like last year, Ryan, at the Final Four, when Kellen and I were talking, me and Q was talking, and they were just talking. I forget which one told me, but they was like, "That's my brother." Me and him butt heads so much. We fought for this, fought for that, clawed for this, clawed for that. But it's like at the end of the day, we know where each other's heart is, and we know that we want to win and we want each other to succeed. And it's just like you got to also take that into consideration that there's what you're saying might be right, but it's like there's a process that you must undergo just like our players. And once you're able to take that step as a coach, you know what I mean? It's you're ready.
Yeah. I would guess you're talking about Qantas and Hollis butting heads. That's my guess.
No, I was talking about Qantas and Kellen.
Okay.
On certain things. And it's like, but he was like, but gee, regardless of like, that's my brother. And I know his heart is where mine is.
Yeah.
And we both trying to win at the highest level.
They've been together since
exactly
2001.
Exactly. That's my point. So the brotherhood is literally a brotherhood. Like, brother, you knew me before I had kids. You know you knew my kid. Like you've known me for this long. So it's like it's a little different at Houston, man. It's a little different at Houston.
Iowa State's on a 20-0 run right now.
Heart.
I don't think Bobby Hurley's gonna pull this one off. Connor says talking about games and upsets and whatever. It's just like being at a bar with your buddies. It's exactly what it is, except you're watching ads in between conversations. Can we afford a loss in the conference quarterfinals to remain a 2? I don't know about the quarterfinals. Semifinals, yes, but the quarterfinals, you put yourself in the hands of somebody else, I think. So,
hey, man,
I think you got to win a game.
Regardless, you're going to the tournament, and all you need is an opportunity.
Right. You're either a 2 or a 3, most likely.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
All you're trying to do is get to the South. And, whatever route that is, if you can do it as a 3, that's fine. But if it's a 2, that's okay too. Bobby Hurley got a T. Ryan disagrees a lot. Yeah, I do. When I used to be, y'all told me that I just said okay and moved on. Now I disagree. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, about to try Star Pizza for the first time. Yeah. Buddy, make sure you get a dessert after you eat your Star Pizza. Put it in a box, take it home with you, have it tonight. Trust me. Trust me. Star Pizza, Section 12X.
Trust Roy.
Trust Roy. Roy is here for all your needs. Galen jumping out, hitting the media assets. Jeff Borzello just tweeted, Chase McCarty averaged 3 points and shot under 35% in his first 28 games. His last 3 games, averaging 12 points, 63% shooting, and 60% from 3. I don't do math too great, but that sounds pretty good to me.
I think that it's coming along at the right time.
Yeah. Louisville looks like they're going to beat Miami, I think. And now Vanderbilt is beating Tennessee in Knoxville. So who knows what the hell's going to happen today. Then you have Florida and Kentucky later, Duke, North Carolina. I was glad that game day went to Duke. It had been so long since they had been to one of their games.
Yeah, they never go there. It's
Why do they disrespect them so much?
It's good that they, kind of embrace the old blue bloods. It's been so long since they've had any kind of attention.
What's the point of doing a traveling show?
ESPN should literally just open up a facility there and just literally just wear knee pads and a bib and just slurp Duke all day long. It's like ESPN and Bama. I mean, same thing. Duke and
I think
Bama.
It's way worse with Duke than Bama because
true
with the football version, they do travel everywhere. They go to Alabama twice a year. but they travel. But this is like, okay, we're going to be Duke here and then Duke in DC and Duke on the road and Duke at home again. And then Duke has been on Big Monday, I think 3 weeks in a row and 4 out of 5. I mean, come on. And they've all been blowouts. It's like, okay, here's Duke and Boston College. I'm sure this will be a great game.
I mean, I don't have a problem doing going to when they played Michigan, but doing any kind of ACC game. I mean, hey guys, we know that you have a contract with the ACC and you're really trying to make the ACC happen, but that conference is trash. I mean, really, Duke is the only reason why it's not the AAC. There's very little difference. They're both trash.
Yeah. Trash. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen for Arizona State. Poor guys. Oh. That was a hard foul. Horned Frogs are up 10. Yeah. So the standings as of right now, it looks like Iowa State and Kansas are going to tie. I think Kansas has the tiebreaker. So they'll put Iowa State in the 5 spot.
So you said the tiebreaker is what again? It's a head-to-head?
Well, it's head-to-head, yeah. Or then your record against the highest seed.
Okay. All right.
There's a really good website that has just come out that has the Big 12 tiebreakers. It's notnothing.net. And they have a simulator with all of the teams. So if TCU wins that one, and let's say
we're for sure
BYU
locked for
beats
second,
Tech,
right?
no doubt about it. You're number 2.
Okay.
There is nothing that can happen. If Texas Tech loses tonight at BYU, I believe they're going to be the 4. Kansas would be the 3. But if Tech wins that game, Texas Tech is the 3. Okay. And for U of H, who would you rather play in Kansas City in the second game? Would it be Kansas or Texas Tech?
Come on now.
Well, but you're in Kansas City, and the entire arena is going to be Jayhawk fans.
Yeah.
Playing Tech without Toppin, I don't know. I think that's what I'd prefer. So I guess that means I prefer Tech to win tonight.
Yeah. That's just the great thing about college sports, man. You just never know how it's going to unfold.
No.
You just never know.
Star Pizza.
Good people. Better pizza.
12X. Get your gear up.
Get you some gear.
You got to be tournament ready.
I sent this to Frederick, who owns Section 12X. I played golf yesterday. I had my Hoops polo on. I was wearing a hat that the golf team gave me. And a guy I was playing with who I didn't know was like, so do you follow U of H?
LOL.
Like, yeah.
Little does he know.
I was like, oh. He's like, cool, I went to Tech. And I was like, I knew that already. I had figured that out.
How'd you know? Well, the
How'd you
bottle
know?
of Valtrex
Fucking
carried in
retard.
your back pocket.
Easy. So today's Saturday. Tomorrow's Sunday, talking about them Cougars. Monday, 4 quarters with Jamie doing their show. Wednesday, you've got the No Conference from Old Men guys are releasing their show. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, probably you're going to have a Cats show. Sunday, we're doing our traditional Sunday bracket show. I think we're going to be doing it from Fertitta Center, but we'll see. If so, we'll have interviews and, all that. So you've got a full week with us in podcasts. You're going to have great content. Appreciate y'all for hanging out with us, for supporting what we do.
Ain't just hey, ain't it crazy how fast it's gone by this year, man?
It's gone by really,
It's
really fast. This
it's
is the fastest season
fast
so
as
far.
it seemed like it's we're already at that last game on the schedule. That's just hey man, we've I feel like I can say that we've kind of taken these guys who we've never had before, the level that they play, like their talent level, we've taken these guys for granted, man. We should have appreciated them more. But it's flown by. It's flown by. We're gonna lose a lot of familiar faces. And this time next year, or excuse me, November next year, the guys that are suiting up are gonna be guys that we most of the guys that we see, we've probably never seen before.
We've done right at 55 hours of podcasts for these 31 games.
Uh,
So we have hung out quite a bit. I don't feel like it's gone slow. I mean, it feels like we've done 31 games. So,
it's just a process though, like
yeah, I love the process. Always
man,
have.
it's a because Coach Sampson, he always says we're just chasing perfection in an imperfect game. And no matter what game it is of the year, we're able to point out imperfections. And it's just like we can point them out, but we have to also acknowledge that, like, guys have grown, guys have matured, and guys have, that they're growing into roles, and then roles that will be their roles will be bigger next year, So it's I just love the process, man. I really do.
Galen, does it go by quicker as a player or as a quote unquote media member? Look at them putting you in the media.
I'd say that in retrospect, it goes by as a player faster, just because like it becomes your norm to where it's like you don't realize how fast it goes by. It's every day. It's almost like waking up, brushing your teeth. It's a wake up, brush your teeth, wake up. Coach Sampson's going to hold you to a standard. It's just as sure as the sky is blue. You know what I mean? So it's like I say it definitely goes by faster as a player because it's a, it's just, it's every day.
I don't know if they had this when you were there, but there's an app that all the players have that tells them their schedule
I ain't
down
that
to the
soft.
minute.
I ain't
Huh?
that soft. I ain't that soft, Ryan.
Well, I'm
We
just
ain't have
saying,
no
like,
apps.
but you know, you have class at this time. You've got your one-on-one meeting at this time. You've got group at this time. You've got individual shooting. You've got practice. You've got film. You've got food is ready. Like, just your life is so scheduled that
Mhm.
I think it's okay. Oh, we play a game, and then now we're back to that routine, and I think it could go by really fast, even though you're seeing all of that. It's a lot.
And it's also like you have all that while still facing national criticism,
Yeah.
like having to go out and play on television. And if you may look bad, the comment sections on your social media accounts might look the way that they look. You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah.
it's much bigger than what people may be aware of, because like I'll never forget losing in a tournament and then I was receiving death threats. So I couldn't even imagine what the people who've been on our team and the level of success that they've had in the tournament, and then them losing, the amount of death threats that they may have received. And I was like actually like very concerned because I've never had to endure like I've never received anything like that. So it's like you got to remember, like, you know what? These are kids like still really trying to find their way.
And you can imagine what it was like for Emmanuel after the national title
I don't
game.
even. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I don't even want to.
Yeah,
Don't
I
even
mean,
want to. Because that's
it's
enough
not
to
good.
put like. That's enough to put like. That's enough for somebody to do something to themselves, and for him to be able to withstand that and still come out and produce on a national stage. That tells you all you need to know about his mental toughness and his character.
It took Arizona State 12 minutes to score 10 points in the second half.
Jeez.
So that's not going too well. Coach said something really interesting on the coach's show about why the kids are paired, what the kid they. Okay, I don't
We're
guess
starting.
understand this.
That's making me have an aneurysm.
Coach said
Coach said
something
something really interesting
really.
on the coach's show about what they kids and paired with a Saban quote about RBs. You only need one good year.
Okay, so about players or football players, you only need one good year.
That applies to
Okay,
every sport, man. Hey,
yeah, I think so.
you just need one good year.
Especially when we can understand what it's saying. But yeah,
Especially like Kingston, he's gone. He just needed one good year. You're
he's
not going to
gone
be there, brother.
100%. 100%.
100%.
Yeah. Uh,
Can we just take a moment to just appreciate this team, man? That they haven't had the veteran leadership or the guys with even veteran credibility to be able to lead with their experiences and to still be able to reach second place in the Big 12 with the amount of good teams and with the amount of experience in this league. I think that's something to kind of recognize personally.
for sure. And I think the
Personally.
people that watch this show recognize it. There's a segment of the fan base that maybe doesn't, but I think the people that are dialed in and doing this every time we do it, I think they appreciate what you have. They complain and they're frustrated, but this is the place to do it. And I'm happy for it. Let's do it. But yes, this team has grown so much since we first saw them in October when they played at that goofy ass place in Sugarland against Mississippi State. Kingston, I just wasn't sure about him. And boy, he started in that game. He was like, oh, okay. And then you go to Auburn and everybody sees it on that national stage. And then every big game he stepped up and put this team on his back. It's been fun to watch.
And before Kingston hit the bright lights, he was considered your future long-term point guard.
At least 2 years, right?
Yeah.
That ain't even long term. That's just somebody not being aware.
I mean, he was looked at as being a guy who is going to be valuable off the bench and who is going to be primed and ready to go as a sophomore and possibly a junior. And he's one of the best players in the country.
Yeah.
He has a Samson mentality where like he's a little delusional and he's a little psychotic.
What do you mean delusional?
Delusional meaning that like we can sit here and watch him at Tech and all the big performances that he's had. We can honestly say that you weren't supposed to do that, but he wasn't even aware.
Well, naive.
Yeah, I mean, whatever the case may be. We're naive, delusional, is shit. They all fall under the same umbrella. That's three. But it's like,
well, I think he's way naive, and I think he still is.
And that, but it's like I think that like the fact that he believes in certain environments and in certain moments he should have the ball. As a freshman, when you got a guy like Emmanuel next to you, got guys with Big 12 honors alongside regional player of the year honors next to you. for you to believe that, and like, bro, something's a little off, like a little bit, and you got to
Okay.
have a little bit of like mental issues to kind of play for Coach Sampson. You got to be a little bit of crazy, a little bit of delusional. You got to be a little bit off because that's what he demands of you. Honestly, hands-on experience.
I mean, I don't know a lot of normal human beings that could go through what you have to go through to play for Sampson. I don't think many people have thick enough skin. I mean, hell, just seeing if he says something that might be sarcastic or a little bit mean to the media, all of a sudden people are like, "Oh my God, he's such a mean guy."
And it's like, just imagine what practice is like. And it's like the same thing can go for Chris. It's like playing that tech, you playing against a man in JT Toppin, you don't have the performance that you should. And you have a film session and you turn the corner. Like, what does that say about that kid?
Mm-hmm.
It's like these guys, they recruit these guys because their heads are where they need to be. And it's that their heads are consumed with winning and being competitive. These guys have a certain amount of pride about themselves. And it's just like, it's what Coach Sampson asks, what he demands of you night in and night out. It's not easy. I promise you. I promise you, it's easier to quit than it is to get what he's demanding. And for these guys to answer the bell consistently as freshmen to the level that they're doing it at, is y'all got it, bro. Y'all, I don't even want no smoke with y'all. Y'all got it. Y'all might be psychotic. Gotta be.
I think that's right. But Kingston's naive, and he still doesn't understand that he's one of the 5 best players.
It probably doesn't
And
matter to him.
Probably. But I mean, you
That was
want
just
guys
how
that
Rob-
want
how
the
Rob-
ball, but
That was how Rob Gray was. Like, Rob was just so off the wall, naive. Like, oh, I got 30. Okay, cool. What we eating tonight? It's like there's like it was just talking. I seen Rob last week. We have the same barber, and he's still the same way. Like, it's like he's just so naive to his own accomplishments. But it's like, brother, you getting a crib built on multiple acres of land it's like. He's like, yeah, don't even like, brother, you realize what you just accomplished? Like, I know your family. You know what I mean? So it's like, he's not even I'll never forget we played LSU. Rob had 30. He didn't even care. Like, it's like, bro, you were meant for this program. Something is wrong with you.
Do you know what you just did? You had 30. It's like,
you
well,
have no idea what you just did. It's like,
isn't that what everybody does?
It's just a different breed. You know, it's like, honestly, I don't want to make it seem like I'm some part of upper echelon. It's like, to be a part of this program, and let alone to have success. I mean this in the most respectable way. Something has to be wrong with you.
Well, I mean, it's a
In a
tier
good
one,
way.
It's a tier 1 mentality in that
Exactly.
not everybody goes through this, you know, and no, we haven't won a national title yet. But there's no team in the country that's been as consistently excellent as U of H has been over the last 8 years.
Yeah, probably further.
It's not even, it's not even an argument.
It's hard to win a game, man. It's hard to win a game.
26-5 and 14-4 for this squad is extremely impressive. Agreed.
For this squad, how spoiled are we?
Yeah, well,
For
that's what
any team in a Power 5 conference to go 14-4 and went that's amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree with him.
For this squad, the most talented team that we've ever had in the Sampson era, is it that impressive? I don't think so.
You're still playing a lot of freshmen. And even though they're not freshmen at this point in the year, they're still first year players. And the first time they're ever playing a 30 game grind or an 18 game grind in a league like this, it's different. And I think it is impressive because it could be gone next year. You know, you could stop doing things like this.
Yeah, it's impressive, but to say it's impressive for this team, that's like privilege speaking, in my opinion.
Well, that's fine. But
Like that's hard for any team to do, regardless if you
yes,
have 6 returning seniors and a guy who won a, like regardless of who's on that roster, it is hard to go 14-4 in a major conference in college basketball in the NIL era. It's very hard. And
I
we are
agree.
very lucky to be in this position for sure.
My favorite play of the game and my favorite play of the game is when Kingston hurt himself and 3 seconds later buries a 3. Gamesmanship right there. Oh no, I'm so hurt. Okay, here we go. Yeah. I like that one too.
For some reason,
Brad,
whenever you hurt the ball and the ball come to you, the pain leaves temporarily. I got an open shot. Yeah, it's
It's a
good.
long way from your heart.
It's good.
Real Trail Live says, I will be in Kansas City. Love it. Hope y'all have fun.
You gonna be there too, bro.
I'm not going to Kansas City.
Cap.
Not for me. We come here after games to nitpick a little with our own. Doesn't mean we don't love our players. I think that's right. It's okay to nitpick. That's what this whole thing is about.
Still going to get called out.
I don't understand that. I mean, if you say something stupid, yes.
Absolutely.
But if I say something stupid, you should call that out. And y'all do.
Well, Ryan, your stupidity is relatively intelligent because you're
Wow.
so.
I didn't know where
you're-
that was going.
what I'm
I thought it
saying
was
is,
going to be
like,
way worse for me.
you're around the very guys you're commenting on damn near a day in and day out basis.
Yeah.
So it's like you see the behind the scenes, you see the micro competitions, the shooting like you see all that. So it's like you saying certain things. Granted, could you be wrong? Yeah, but it's like you're commenting on literally what you've been seeing over the course of going to practice for 12 straight days. It's like, it's a little different.
Yeah.
Tennessee and Vandy. Vandy about to win this game.
Yeah. At Tennessee.
Yeah, that's on. It's a senior night too.
Well, yeah, it's got to be. I mean, everybody's going into the their conference tournaments.
Yeah.
Vandy's probably going to win. Kansas already hit 100. Where's our guy, Darren? Let's see. Peterson not in the game. Scored 27. I guess that's okay.
Came off the bench with 27. Oh my God. Oh my God. He's lottery. Oh my.
27 and 5.
There's some. How many
29 minutes? 29.
Hey,
It's just,
I'm putting my phone down, bro. Bro, buddy got game squared.
he can play.
Unbelievable. Separate
Did
conversation.
this-
Hold on. What do y'all think is the number one pick in the draft thus far? If it ended today, who's the number one pick?
Is it a prediction? Or
Yes.
if I was a
Who-
GM,
just yeah. Who would you give me your top 3?
I would take Debanza. I'd probably take Debanza.
1?
Yeah.
Okay. Who else?
Kind of like Boozer, man.
Okay. 3.
Well, I'm as a GM, my job is to win. I don't give a fuck if I've got a guard who can go out and score 35 and
Yeah, you're right.
and it's not going to contribute to me winning, who's going to play, maybe twice a week?
Okay, I feel like I can participate now because I
who's
agree with
third?
Towns.
I'd probably take Peterson third. And then I think you've got a toss up between the
Acuff.
Acuff and
Kingston,
Kingston.
depending on your need.
Yeah,
That's
and
what I'm saying. But you're saying the consensus, regardless of whatever team gets it, Debansa.
I think Debance is the guy.
DeBenza showed me a lot whenever Sanders went down, because he wasn't. He still got a lot of. He still got a lot of shots, but he was also trying to distribute the ball as well, and was trying to keep other guys involved.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Debansa.
And plus, I mean, he's got something.
6'10",
He's got something that Peterson will never have.
Availability.
Well, that's. But I mean, his height and length.
I mean, DMP, he 6'6", athletic is. You know what I mean?
But I can play Debansa all over the place, and I can mismatch him. I can play him against guards. I can match him defensively against guards. I mean, I can play him. I can play him more like a Durant.
I get you for sure. I get you for sure, but be careful. Be careful with that Durant word. Be careful with that.
I'm just saying a guy who could play outside in and be oversized mismatch.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm just not a
Me
fan
being objective. Yeah, you're absolutely correct.
I don't know the skill set. I don't know the skill. I don't think he has the skill ceiling, but Boozer just, I mean,
he has a high floor.
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy that you could probably say, I could pencil you in for
Aaron Gordon type guy. I can help a championship team. Yeah.
And I can get you and you'll do that for me for 10 years.
Yeah. I guess it depends on that aspect of where he goes initially. I hope he goes to an organization that can see the value of a guy like him. Because definitely like low floor, but low floor, but it's a high floor. High floor.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think the thing that's most interesting about Sanak, I still think there's
it's a mid floor with him, but a little bit higher ceiling than Boozer.
Sanak is in a unique situation going in whenever you look at him as an NBA prospect, in that a kid his size, normally you have to get them to be comfortable facing the basket. You have to get them comfortable taking their shot more often outside. Sanak's the opposite. You've got to teach him. It's like, look, kid, you're a 7-footer. You can score in the paint. You can back a dude down anytime you want. You can go get that shot anytime you want because he's gonna get mismatched. I mean, it's just the nature of the game. You're going to get worked into a mismatch. If you get a guard on you, 6'6" dude, back him to the paint and put him through the hole.
I think he has the level of coachability to be able to fulfill an organization's role that they have for him. So if they want him to be a back to the basket guy, which is obviously they probably won't, but it's like if they want it to be an aspect of his game based on the position that they're going to have him in, I feel like he's going to work at that. If their vision of him being effective is him being a pick and pop guy and being on the perimeter, I feel like he's able to be effective for them. So it's like, I guess it depends on whichever need the organization needs that drafts him. That'll be who we see develop, so.
And I think maybe the fact that his name keeps slipping, maybe
he got a pride. He got some pride about himself. So it's like,
well, it's also a good. think of it this way: the deeper you go in the first round, you're going to get paid less, but you're going to be playing for a better team,
Yeah. More patience.
and you're not going to be playing for a team with a bunch of donkeys who just tanked to get a high
Yeah.
pick.
Yeah. So it's like that's
and
why I was
probably
like,
playing for a team that can be patient with you.
yeah. But it's like on the flip side, is like with Kingston, I just feel like it don't matter where he go. In my opinion, it don't matter where he go. He's gonna contribute somehow. Some. It don't matter where he goes. He has the mentality. He knows what his strengths are, and yeah, it doesn't matter what team, what organization he's a part of.
Mm-hmm.
Join GoCoogs for the NBA Draft Special podcast between Brad and Galen. They'll do it right before the draft. I will
Ethical
not
Talk.
be involved. Yes, I don't need to be there because I don't know anything. Certainly not about that. Wes Miller just lost his job after losing today. I really feel like Wes earned
The
himself another
epitome
year.
of college basketball.
Brutality.
But-
And they went on a hot run, and then it just fizzled out, and he already got fired.
You know, it's crazy. Just imagine.
You know what?
Did he actually get
just
fired?
imagine winning at Kansas. Let me check this.
I thought that isn't that what you just said?
Well, that's what the tweet says, but I thought it was just conjecture.
Yeah, I don't think he lost his job officially, based on what I'm seeing.
I mean, I'll say this: if you want to make a move, you do it right now before he has a chance to earn his job back.
Yeah, it looks like Cincinnati fans are resigned to the fact that he's coming back. So, and I think it's the right spot. Where is it? The other alleged K-State candidates are the Utah State guy and the Belmont coach that just lost as a one seed, got destroyed. His name is Casey Alexander. He didn't play for a big school. He has never coached at a big school. The guy from Utah State, Jared Calhoun, he played at Cincinnati, but he's never coached at a big school. I have a huge problem bringing in small school teams and expecting them to navigate NIL and what you have to do at a school like Kansas State. And I would want somebody that has at least been an assistant at that level. I don't want a small school guy taking over Kansas State could be a top half Big 12 program. They should get to the tournament 3 out of every 4 years. I don't love that, but at some point you have to take what you can get.
These dudes have won every game on their schedule. That's so crazy.
I'd still be talking to. What would you think about Bruce Pearl at Kansas State? Does he fit?
I mean, Bruce Pearl could fit anywhere because he's not. He's
I
not.
don't
He's
think,
not.
I don't think he's a West Coast type dude.
But I
He could
don't.
fit
not
anywhere. He could fit anywhere on this. He ain't.
I just don't. I don't.
Bruce
think
Pearl at
he
Arizona, disgusting. Bruce Pearl at Arizona State, disgusting. I don't want to see it.
UConn, don't see it. St. John's, could see it. But
After Rick,
yeah.
I guess, but it's
But,
like anywhere past that, you
yeah,
got start
I'm
going
with
to
you.
that mountain time. Nah, I ain't with it. What you think, Towns? What you think so? You think?
I think he can play. I think he could be successful anywhere because I don't think his style is dependent upon a certain type of player. I think he's a guy who can mold his style to his players. So if he has a bunch of dudes who could flat out run, he's going to run and gun. If he's got some guys who could play tough basketball, they're going to play some tough basketball, but they're always going to play with a certain kind of edge with Bruce Pearl leading the way.
But so like with Coach Sampson, I don't think that his coaching style thrives everywhere.
No, well, I mean, he's dependent on a certain type of player.
Yeah.
Certain type of player that
He's doing a certain type of mentality.
Exactly.
So I would never hire Coach Sampson at UCLA. Granted, I'm not saying he couldn't do it, but it's like his upbringing and he ain't West Coast. He ain't cool daddy. I might I might go skateboarding on the beach. He ain't that ain't him.
No. Well, I mean, and
blue collar, hard nose.
You want to be able to get some players that are going to be from your area or whatever. And there's a lot of talent out there, but it's just.
I think with a guy like him, with a guy like him, those guys that are talented out there that you think that are good enough to play in your program, you have to bring them to your program so they can be in that environment instead of you going to their environment.
If you got a kid who ain't never had a spanking with a shoe, right, check them off the list. They spent all their punishment time out over. You got to get smacked with a switch or a chancla.
Son, I don't recruit kids with 2-car garages. I just don't.
But I think Kelvin could have made it on the West Coast. He did it at Washington State for quite a while. And I know that's different.
That was a different era.
That ain't
right. And it was also the job that was available. And he was
gonna make it work for sure. He gonna win, but it's like the winning and thriving. I don't know if that's where he could thrive. I think he thrives in an environment that's not that.
Yes, it's
like Arizona. They offense is pretty. That's what they're used to seeing. That ain't Samp is. I'm gritty. If my nose can be broken, I still want your nose on the ball. I still want you pressuring the ball. Like it's a different type of personality associated with his teams. Not saying that Tommy Lloyd's teams or any type of way. It's just like Coach Sampson's teams.
It's different. Yeah,
you can recognize when you see a Kelvin Sampson team playing for sure.
Well, I think Lloyd's done a good job of kind of transitioning into a different style, especially with this team. I mean, this team Arizona plays more like us than any Arizona team in the history of Arizona's program.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, those guys are tough, and they're not a run and gun 3-point team. They will get you on the break, but that's not what their core is.
Yeah.
I think Kelvin Sampson ending up at Houston was the perfect place for him, even though he didn't know it at the time. And the facilities were so bad, and the money to build a program was so bad. That was perfect for him because it gave him the chance to find a chip, like
I mean
I've been in the NBA and he it's what he needs. It worked out perfectly.
And it's like Coach Sampson ain't even he's not even a Texas type of guy, but his personality resonates with Houston culture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember Slim Thug said it in the song. He was like, "Man, ain't too many punks down here in Houston, Texas." And it's like, ain't nobody gonna punk us. And that's kind of the mentality and that's kind of what the persona that he carries is like. We gonna run shit here, and you gotta give the man his flowers.
He plays to a certain mentality of parents of kids today. Because their parents are like,
exactly.
I want my kid to be involved with a guy like that.
Mm-hmm.
He needs that my kid needs that kind of guidance.
That structure.
Yeah. Does spring football start this week? Yes. Be out there Monday morning. Can't wait. They'll go for 3 days, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, take a week off for spring break, and then be back that Tuesday. And then it'll be Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday for a few weeks.
I'll tell you what, man, the Big 12 is really lucky they've got U of H in Arizona.
Yes.
Because
Very
honestly,
much so.
the rest of them kind of suck.
The rest of who? The 8 new teams?
No, the rest of the Big 12.
BYU solid. UCF
Kansas has been
solid.
falling off.
I
UCF's
mean, but
okay.
that's because of the standard that we've
No, I'm
held.
talking
Iowa
about
State's pretty damn
the
good.
The new additions.
no, not the new additions. I mean, the new additions. I mean, I'm talking about the old Big 12. Without Arizona and U of H, they would fall off hard.
They'd probably be winning a lot more if we went in there. So it's like we can't.
It'd be like the Big East.
We've been whipping we've been whipping that old Big 12 ass. It's UCF winning at Kansas. It's man, we've been. I mean, excuse me, Cincinnati winning at Kansas.
I mean, Iowa State had everything going for it this year. They had their best players coming back. Everything was set to run.
You know
Kinda
how
like
that worked, Towns. You know
Like
how that
kind of
worked.
like
It never lives
kind of
up
like
to
Purdue.
it.
Kind of like Purdue.
Facts.
Everything was set to. I
Facts.
mean, it would be like us last year, returning what we had last year, and then just crapping the
Falling
bed
short.
and having 9 losses or something like that, and finishing 4th in the league.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Let's see what Florida, Kentucky brings, man.
Yeah. Florida started hot.
15-2. That's tough. That's tough.
All right.
So since UConn lost today, do they fall off the 2 line, or does it vary on how they
Well,
do?
they're on the 1 line.
I'm watching this Kentucky game, Kentucky Florida, and they're saying that UConn is on the 2 line now.
Well, they might be now, but as of this morning, Bracket Matrix had them as the 1.
If they were a 2, they'd be the number 1-2.
At this moment, I think so.
Okay. Duke, Michigan, Arizona, and Florida were the ones just now that I've seen.
I think there's 3 teams that are by themselves as the 1s and 3 teams that are bunched that
As
could
the
all
4th
figure
one.
into that 4th one. Yeah.
Who are the
And
3
that's-
teams you talking about? The for sure one is
Duke, Michigan, and Arizona.
Okay.
And then behind them is Florida, UConn, and Houston. And that's where I think it is now.
So
Brad?
it'll just depend on tournament.
Yeah. I also wouldn't be surprised if after everything happens tonight, the committee has a roadmap and it doesn't really deviate that much unless something crazy happens.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's do final thoughts and get out of here. Brad.
Not the results we truly wanted, but I mean, coming second, it's a damn good season. Now the fun begins. Now it gets real. You get into one and done territory. Let's see what we got. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I was really pleased with what I've seen from the ancillary parts that are going to play a big role, and that's JoJo, McCarty, and Miller.
Okay. Galen.
I say we tip our hats because we all know, Coach Sampson, his philosophy is keeping his teams old. And this is probably the first year where he didn't do what his reputation has indicated, let alone in the NIL era, and still was able to generate a high level of success. So hats off to our guys for buying into new roles and accepting new roles. And it's winning time. It's March, so survive in advance. Let's keep getting better.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Thanks, Ryan. I
Uh,
like to think
yeah.
I'm a fair guy.
You're a fair guy, buddy. You're
I
doing great.
appreciate that, man. I appreciate that.
Lenardi bumped Florida into the 4th 1 seed. UConn's still ahead of U of H in the 2. So if you're doing this, the 4 and 5 would be paired together. Then you'd have Florida in the South, UConn in the South. That would mean Houston to the Midwest, which second weekend would be Chicago. Not ideal. So really this week is about falling into that 4 or 5 spot. It does not matter really which one you are. You just need to be the 4 or the 5. And if you're the 4th or 5th team, you're going to play in Houston. And all the other stuff really doesn't matter. It's really just all about getting that second weekend in Houston. Because you're going to Indianapolis for the Final Four if you get there. And that's going to be heavily Duke, heavily Michigan, most likely.
It don't matter.
No, it doesn't. If you're back in the Final Four, gravy. Gravy. Thank you all so much for watching. Tomorrow night we'll be back. Kellen Sampson hanging out with us. Monday, the 4-quarter guys will do their show instead of Thursday. Some of those guys are taking the Greyhound up to Kansas City. And so we're going to have a little travel log from them. I'm really excited to see them stopping 54 times between here and Kansas City at every Denny's and Texas Burger they can find. So really excited for them to make that trip by bus. I've tried to get Brad on a bus trip before just for the comedy and the content, but it hasn't happened.
I've already paid my dues on the bus traveling all through the Midwest, dude.
Yeah, but you did that at a significantly different age and size. And I think it'd just be funny now.
I couldn't fit on the bus. I couldn't fit in chairs. It would crush my leg.
Again,
my shoulders.
Perfect. If they, never mind. I'm not even going to say it. Not going to say
man,
it.
shout
Trying
out
to be
Towns,
nice.
man. National treasure. My
National.
guy, Bradley Towns.
Bradley Wade Towns.
Now, if we had a
Timothy.
tour bus, different story.
Yeah, not on a tour bus. I'm talking a Greyhound or a Flix.
Why would I go on a Greyhound?
Brad Towns is him.
Well, that's what they're taking. They're taking a Greyhound.
Well, I ain't even leaving where I live. Screw that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be where
No.
my feet at.
Greyhound.
in the moment, present.
Yeah.
In my chair.
Which is sad.
My computer.
South Houston on the exit. Yes, sir.
Can you imagine Towns and Ryan in an RV traveling? I think RV would be pretty comfortable.
Roy, it's time to cook.
And unless I'm in the back seat stirring up controversy.
Absolutely.
It gotta be an odd man. You know what I mean?
We need to
Can't
hire a
be
driver.
normal.
We just
Yeah, you gotta be
go
an
at
odd man, man. You gotta be. For sure. That'd be a crazy segment.
and Galen killing each other at 2K.
Well, it wouldn't be each other Towns. It'd be a
Galen-
one-way.
Galen
It'd be a
schooling me.
one-way slaughter.
Galen schooling me and me knocking the controller out of his hand.
One-way
hateful.
demolition, man.
All right. Thank y'all so much, and we will see y'all. That Roy Brad road trip with video has to happen. We've taken plenty of trips together. We used to take car trips together, but I don't see it happening anytime soon. Maybe if we go and take the trip up to Dallas for the Big 12 Media Day to get us some Black Eyed Pea. But that would be about it. Yeah. Thank y'all for watching, and we'll see y'all again tomorrow night.
I can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. F- it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.